well, look at you here. And this is like, First of all, I mean, dude, why are you doing this, dude? You know you're gonna lose this eventually, right? You can't. Now you gotta maintain this. You gotta take your shirt off in every movie.
Yeah, you gotta remember when, you know.
Remember when.
Yeah, you gotta remember when.
That's true, yeah. It's a good time to be you right now. In the article, there's a great thing that they talked about you studying acting. And you got to study at Oxford? In London?
Right. Yeah, I did an exchange while I was at Howard over summer. A group of us from Howard did it. And so Phylicia Rashad actually she basically taught a class once a week while we were at Howard. And then she wanted us to do this exchange. And so she got, you know, I didn't have money to pay for this. Yeah. And so she got a few of her friends together and, you know, they paid for us to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you found out who one of her friends was.
Yeah, I didn't know at first. Like, when I came back, and I've basically been holding this secret my whole career. When I came back, I got a beneficiary letter, and it said, Denzel Washington paid for you, you know, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's what I did.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So
awesome.
So, you know, I never wanted to like ever say that until I met him. And, you know, I was doing that Rolling Stone interview, and he asked me about it, and I was like, you know, I think I can say it now. I think I can. I've made it. I made it to the point where he's not gonna think I'm trying to get something from him by saying it.
Yeah.
And
Did you ever meet him?
The weird thing that happened is I did the interview, and just before the movie came out, we did the New York premiere. He came and I met him before the article came out. So I actually, you know, lived up to what I originally wanted to do. It was amazing.
And what'd you say to him?
He was like, well, I haven't met you yet. And I said, yeah, I got to tell you something. You know, you pay for me to go to school. He said, oh, so that's why I'm here. You owe me money. I came to class.
That's great.
Oh, man.
That's great, man. Well, the movie is a phenomenon. I mean, obviously, it's a Marvel movie. It's a comic book movie, but it's bigger than that. I mean, what do you think people are taking politically from this?
I mean, it's a lot of different things.
Yeah.
You know, you always get what you bring to a viewing. Part of it, what's been very interesting is you know, I would say the strength of the women in this movie, especially at this particular time, while the Me Too Time's Up movement is happening. This adds another layer to that conversation, and a very, very good layer to the conversation. So I think people are really, really responding to that part of Wakanda. I think the relationship between Killmonger and T'Challa, which is basically, you know, an African American trying to connect to his roots, and that conversation is one that I think is happening on a platform that you wouldn't normally see it happen. You know, those are conversations that happen behind closed doors. So you see Africans viewing African Americans in a different way, and African Americans viewing themselves in Africa in a different way, and everyone else is privy to that conversation. And so I think that is a very, very healthy thing for people to become more specific about their identity, and encouraging it. In most cases, you see people trying to water down things when you talk about diversity, as opposed to embracing what they actually are. And so I think that has been, you know, very refreshing and fulfilling.
Isn't that great? That's great.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Chadwick Boseman and Letitia Wright. Man, oh man, she's fantastic.
She's great.
Oh yeah, Letitia Wright in Black Panther in theaters now. Check this out.
Let's go! Hey, look at your suit. You've been taking bullets, charging it up with kinetic energy.
Put her around the truck. Ready, go!
That's how you do it with acting.
On and on and on. Yeah. And it's on and on and on.